Namaste, namaste. We are going live today, and we have two young goddesses coming on today that are very blessed mediums that have are working on homing in their tools and understand how to heal. But before I go any further, man, check out the website namastethug.com. Um, we have a place where you can have self-evaluation and check which chakra might be out of alignment. And before I go any further, let me thank my sponsors, the universe, the Most High, for allowing us to use the prana to fuel these voices and fuel these life that we're living. So, without any further ado, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Where Your Energy At podcast. So, I just want to bring the local people that's healers to tell their backstory about what's going on. And I'm giving this platform right here on Where Your Energy At to perform, man, to speak, to tell your story because nobody knows your story better than you do. And a lot of time we have trauma that helps us through our experiences. So without further ado, I'm bringing my first guest, Portia. She is local. Now she's in Georgia right now. She gave me some cartomancy last night, and it was right on point. So I'm gonna bring her on and let her introduce herself.
Hey everybody, I'm Portia. I go by
Namaste,
Polasia.
goddess. Oh.
Namaste.
So
I I
go
do
ahead. You got the mic.
cartomancy readings and stuff. I also do tarot and I also do oracle readings as well. So you can hit me up if ever you're interested in getting a reading or whatever, and I have reasonable prices. So just hit me up and we could work.
Um, Last night you did a live reading on me. That was on. Do you do that weekly? Do you do that monthly? How do you do that?
I'm supposed to do it twice a week, but I've only been doing it once a week.
Okay,
But I haven't
okay,
been doing it nightly. I'm gonna get on my right path and start doing it twice a week. And then, if I feel the need to start doing it more, I will.
okay. That makes sense. I could definitely respect that because it's and people understand the spiritual world. It's not like a 9 to 5 that every day at this time I can do that. It has to be a vibe that you can receive and
Yes.
be able to relay that message.
Mm-hmm.
So today, where are you from? What area are you from? Tell a little bit about yourself. Like what helped you get into this? What situation within your life made you want to heal yourself and heal other people?
Well, I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida originally.
Mm-hmm.
And I pretty much grew up in the hood, which is fine because I feel like that's a very good learning experience or a growth experience.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but getting older, I noticed, once I was in my 20s, I'm like, I keep going through the same cycle. I keep going through the same cycles like over and over.
Right.
So going through these cycles, I'm like, there has to be a way to break it. Is there something wrong? Am I cursed? Like, I need to talk to somebody. And
Right.
I spoke with a couple people, and I've got a couple readings done, and they were like, that I was intuitive, and that I had this gift, and I feel like the reason I got that reading done is so that I could break generational curses, and so that I could teach my kids and moving forward what to do or which way to go.
Facts. Facts. So you're using yourself as an example to teach your kids how to break the generational curse. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's what you hear.
Okay. That's what's up. So do you feel like within yourself, what has been your best teacher? Yourself, other people. What has been your best teacher on your journey right now so far?
On my journey so far, I've learned a lot from myself, just because like looking within, I figured out some things about myself, that I need
Mm-hmm.
to, fix in order to move forward. So I'm not just gonna say that it's myself. I'm gonna say that I've also been talking to and listening more than talking, like people around me, family members, friends, and getting their insight and thoughts on these habits that I know I have or stuff that I do that I'm trying to fix so that it's easier to fix within myself, because okay, I feel like I have this issue. Okay, I do have this issue. Okay, I have to do better with this. So I'm gonna say myself and the people around me.
The environment, and what's so beautiful with my clients, I have to understand that we could have a traumatic childhood, and the environment could be only 26% of how we behave, but our environment is the other 74% of what happens. So your environment was your fuel to help you understand who and what you are with your kids, and that's beautiful in my mind. Very beautiful, and that takes courage too, because sometimes we don't have supports coming from the hood being spiritual and enlightened because they
Mm-hmm.
think we're supposed to be a particular way. So for you to have that courage without support, that's a beautiful thing. That shows me in my mind that the ancestors have chosen you to be that one to be that bridge burner to help people to look at life from a different way, from a blueprint. Because we tired of people telling us how to do it. It's time for people to actually walk and show us how to do it. And you definitely doing that. Because I mean, I'm impressed. Yeah, I definitely am. hmm Great energy, great vibe, and the thing about it, you're not a pretender. You're not doing it just for the likes or just for people to say what's going on. You're actually doing it because
Thank you.
it's true who you are. hmm So we got somebody else joining us, but right now she taking care of some business right now, and that's all good. So we can let her get her signal back again. So listen, feel free to comment in the boxes. I'm trolling through each page to see what you guys got going on, what your feedback is. It's a two-way conversation. It's a dialogue. So tap in, tune in, and give us your feedback and comment. Now one thing with Portia, she's in, if I'm not mistaken, Georgia, and she don't have good reception. So she's gonna come in and out. But the thing about it, we're gonna flow with life. We are going to just allow life to show up as it is. Yeah, Unc life. What y'all think about the Unc on the third eye? Hey man, who you with? Who you with? Who you with? Um, if you follow me on Facebook, if you right now live on YouTube, I appreciate that. Two watching, that's wonderful. Thank y'all. Any feedback, anything y'all want to ask, any insight, please feel free to reach out. Yeah, just reach back out. So right now I'm doing behind the scenes consulting with thank y'all for being with us. Okay, we back. There you go. Hey, Portia, it's all love,
Okay.
man. I told you in Georgia, you got different reception. You put work in, man. So we gonna be patient. There you go. You back on here.
Thank y'all.
Where you man? Let me ask you a question, man. Where your energy at? That's what I want to know. What's great with you?
My energy is up there today. I feel good. I'm in a great mood. Like this is just the hour. I like the vibes that we have in here.
Yeah, man. It's all about communication and networking. So what I'm doing now is building a spiritual community that doesn't see color, but we feel vibration and helping keeping everybody responsible
Exactly.
for their vibration. So that's what it is. So we gonna give ourselves and other people what we feel we needed to grow and evolve. So we gonna start with you and I right now to just vibe. So we got somebody saying hi there. So we
Yeah.
got people tuning in. So um the first question is how to heal from toxic and abusive relationships. That's what we're talking about today. No, we kind of touched on it briefly last night, and that kind of inspired what we're going to speak about today. And so, from your perspective, from your goddess genius, in your mind, what do we need in order to heal from toxic and abusive relationships? In your opinion?
In my opinion, I'm gonna say kind of like a kind of accountability. And I'm saying it
Mm-hmm.
not victim blaming. What I'm saying is like most times, or in my experiences, most times when I was in toxic relationships or toxic situations, these people give signs. Like they
Uh-huh.
show signs at the beginning, but because of the potential that they have,
The
I would be
potential.
like, okay, yeah, I'd be
Mm-hmm.
like, well, maybe it's not that. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe, okay, maybe I'm misunderstanding. But then as time goes on, it gets worse, and it's like, oh God, how did I get here? So I feel like, like, don't ignore the red flags. When you see them, run, because your energy is
Mm-hmm.
gonna be thrown off. Like, by whatever this person has going on. You don't know what demons they fighting or what they're going through. So that's one of my experiences, and that's what I think. Don't ignore the red signs, red flags.
And you said something last night that it makes so much sense that you find somebody that's more toxic than you, and that intrigues
Yes.
you, and before you know, you're deep down a rabbit hole. Let's talk about that some. Talk about let's hear how that sound come out your mouth today.
Okay, so I feel like people are put in toxic situations or deal with certain toxic situations because they themselves are toxic. So,
Right.
like, you meet somebody and then they have toxic ways, and then it's like intriguing to you because it's like, well, dang, they're more toxic than me. So it attracts you to them. Like, I wonder what's gonna happen, like, out of like just curiosity, and then you get sucked into this situation, and then it's worse than what you can handle, and now you're in this hole that you can't dig yourself back out of. Or some people do, everybody's not able to. So you kind of got to be careful when you see them red flags. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get out.
Hey, but what if the
But
dick good, and
I
you
also
love the sex? What about that though? What about that the chemical attachment?
uh,
How
yeah,
how
that
how, how
does
do you?
happen. But
Uh-huh.
what were you gonna say?
Right. So yeah, so how do you deal with that chemical? Like, you like mentally you over that person, but chemically the sex is so good to you. How do you wing yourself from that person? You know they toxic and abusive, but the sex so good, so kind of mentally has you attached to them. How do you break away from that? That
Like,
sexual tie.
everybody has sex. You can buy sex out of the store. So I'm not the
Mm-hmm.
type of person who get attached that way, and I know that there's people who
Okay.
are. I feel like that's an
Got you.
excuse, honestly. I feel like it's an
Okay.
excuse.
Makes
Not
sense. No,
saying that you should
I'm just
go
asking
share
your
your body with
opinion.
everybody, because your body is sacred. So I'm not saying go share yourself with everybody by any means, but I'm saying don't let that be a reason you stay with two black eyes.
Facts. And a lot of time it's a going a little deeper than sex. It's a I forgot the name of it, but it's a mental health issue that you fall in love with the person that does something to you, regardless of what they do. Like, you can't get away from it. So when people have that type of issue within themselves, and us as melanated people, we're not talking to psychologists and therapists. So how would we understand that? Like, how would I know if I got a mental issue over this situation I can't get out of?
Oh, that's true. That could also happen. I guess it would have to be diagnosed maybe by a licensed professional. However, if you keep like going through this same cycle like over and over, it's kind of like telling, it's on itself, like that could be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Facts.
undiagnosed, like, friends and family would be like, oh, you stupid, why would you put your, oh, I wouldn't deal with that, or I wouldn't do this, or I wouldn't do that, why won't you leave? And that could be the mental illness as to why people don't, or why people won't. But I feel like the sex thing,
So,
I feel like that's just an excuse.
hmm. So like with that being said, like you said, if I was in a situation, I would do this or do that. Do we ever sit down and ask ourselves what's the root cause of the situation? Like, what has us what has us involved with the situation? What's the root cause of the toxicity? Hey, yo, what's up, goddess?
Yo, what's going on? Namaste. Hello, God and Goddess.
Oh, we
Oh,
just got our
toxic.
second guest coming on. We got Lioness
Okay.
here. Ashay Love. Ashay Love. So people some energy. Let them know what's up with you, what you do, what you got going on.
Well, this is your girl Exotic, also known as Facebook Lioness Love. Doing a lot. We doing this podcast on relationships, trying to build up the black community. I have my facial scrubs going. Literally just sold 2 today, and I just started it. So that's a blessing. We got our t-shirt
Yep.
line coming. Oh my God, it's just so much stuff in the works right now. So y'all just stay tuned.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Glad
Mm-hmm.
to see
Mm-hmm.
it.
And so right here we have entrepreneurship at its best. So we was tired of trying to let other people do it for us. We gonna do it ourselves. I'm gonna give you put up her IG, follow her. My mom seen her scrub today and bought one, and Big Yaya seen it, bought another one. The way the universe works is it was supposed to be sample, but she said I want to give it to you in the best way possible, and it ended up being a purchase. So when we have visions and we have insight, stop being afraid, man. Follow that, man. Everything you need is inside of you. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, God is I know you made mention about tree relationships. You wanted to express and expand on. So what is that in your breakdown of a tree relationship? It's something new I heard. Tree relationships. We can't hear you.
Are you on mute?
We can't hear you.
Is that better?
There you go.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
My bad. So
It's all
yeah, tree
good.
relationship is something that I pretty much came up with. And with a tree relationship, a lot of times we only deal with the branch on the tree, or we only deal with the limbs on the tree. We never deal with the root cause of the issue, and that's why issues keep occurring in our going on in your
You went out
relationship. You're
again.
gonna
Okay. She
continuously
good.
have it.
She
Okay.
back.
Uh-oh. Yeah,
No,
I'm
you
about to
back
say I'm
now.
going out again.
No, you back. But
Okay.
that energy is so
I think
high.
my
Don't happen
parts
because the
died.
vibration
That's
is
what
so high.
happened.
Okay. Okay. No worries.
Y'all
We
forgive
hear
us for
you.
the technical difficulties. We're gonna get it together.
We
And
working on
they
it.
watch us grow. That's what they're gonna do. Watch us grow. We're not trying to be perfect, man. We showing you step out on faith, man. Everything gonna happen the way it's supposed to happen. Um.
Yeah, this is raw and
So
uncut right here.
so true relationship. Yeah, they want to deal with the branches. They want to deal with the limbs, but do they actually want to deal with what you say the root
The
of the
root cause
cause
of the
of toxicity?
problem. Right.
Yeah. So let's understand. So the root cause of in your relationship, either one of y'all, what was the root cause of the toxicity in your relationship?
Ignoring red flags.
I think the root go ahead. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Ignoring
Red
red,
flags, not paying I won't say not paying attention to the red flags, but ignoring the red flags.
ignoring the red flags. Okay, okay. But what that's kind of surface level. But what made us ignore them red flags though? Because we saw, we felt it, but what made us keep pushing and made us ignore them red flags?
Because we always see what others could become. We always see the potential version of them. Even if they're
Mm-hmm.
presenting themselves to be a totally different person, there's always potential for growth. There's always potential for change, but not
Mm-hmm.
everybody wants that. But we see that for that
Well,
person, and it's just like that phrase: you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. I can want this change for you
Mm-hmm.
all I want, but unless you want it, it's not gonna happen. So that's another reason
Mm-hmm.
why when we get these red flags, we ignore them because it's like, okay, well, maybe I can make this person change for me. Maybe if I do X,
Mm.
Y, and Z, this person will change for me. And that's not always the case.
Right,
well,
right, 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 right.
for me, it was inner child issues.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So with toxic people growing up, um, I guess accepted toxic, but toxic comes from a man who you're dating is unacceptable. You get what I'm saying? Oh, you shouldn't deal with that.
Yes.
I shouldn't do. You shouldn't do it. I shouldn't deal with it from you, nor should I deal with it from him. So why don't I cut both of y'all off? You get what I'm saying? But out of fear of cutting off family members, friends, and stuff like that, you stay in toxic situations, and that's not
Mm-hmm.
just relationships. It shouldn't just be dimmed down to be in relationships, because there's toxic family members and there's definitely toxic friends.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. Facts. Facts. So when I use the word relationship, I'm not just talking about in romantic. I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking about relationship with your mother, with your kids, with yourself. I'm just talking about
Yeah.
overall relationship, not just that. So with
Okay.
me, my toxicity was religion. It was my mom trying to force me to be something I didn't want to do. And there was so many outside influence people telling me I should do this and do that, but nobody never asked me what I truly want to do. So I just quite naturally rebel, and I did what I felt like was best for me in my situation. So my toxicity came
Right.
from in home, them want me to be what they want me to be without no regard even asking me how I felt.
Understood.
Yeah. hmm Wow. Wow. Wow.
And
Wow. So
I'm
say it
switching
again, Portia.
headphones, y'all. Y'all don't mind me. One dies, I turn
I
the
No, do
said,
other
your
ones
thing.
on.
wait a minute, I got my headphones in, but y'all on it. Hold on. Okay. But yeah, I said, oh God, I forgot. I'm
Don't worry about
sorry.
it. Take your time. No pressure. Ain't no pressure, man. We ain't trying to be perfect. All we doing is having a conversation and we film just like regular people, man. We showing people how to do it the organic way. We doing it just to
Yeah.
share.
Yeah.
We're not trying to impress nobody. We for the people for us. We're not for everybody. We for the people who understand like truly, like we just like y'all. We got a common bond that we decided to come together last night and do a podcast today. So we ain't just
Sure
talking about it.
did.
We walking about you, dig? So we showing y'all what we're doing live, no editing, ain't none of that. We giving you 1,000 worth of funk. If you don't like it, we love it. You feel me? No pressure. But anyway,
Right.
like we said, so the next question is, how do we heal and move forward to become the higher version of ourselves? How do we do that? Well, how do we start? When do we start? What's gonna motivate us to start? How do we heal and move forward to become the higher version of ourselves? Who want to kick off with that one?
All right. So pretty much, because I've been literally doing this since I left you. But
Okay,
the way I feel like you heal from it and when to heal from it all depends on the type of trauma you go through. I don't know why this thing keeps
facts.
beeping like this, but it's the
No
type of
worries.
trauma you go through because certain types of trauma, and depending on the length of time you went through that trauma, technically depends on how long it will take you to get over it. So nobody can tell you when to get over it. It's whenever you feel you should get over it, whenever you feel like it's your time to heal. But I will say the sooner the better. Now, how you heal from it is you start doing stuff like self care. Um, I wrote down a whole bunch of stuff that you could do. You could talk to somebody
Mm-hmm.
professionally, to get it off your chest. Also, you can connect with others who have gone through the same thing, like some type of group. You can try journaling. Shadowing is doing shadow work is definitely one of the best ways. It's actually another form of self care as well. But that's one of the best
Yeah,
ways to start off your healing process. Meditation also works.
yeah. I definitely totally agree with that. With me, even going into the childhood trauma, the main
Hmm.
thing we have to understand what we're going through to the point where I even talked about how I breathe. In my nose, out my nose, to make
Right.
sure I'm in that prefrontal cortex. I'm not making myself susceptible to them lower vibration energies, people, places, and things. It's all about the environment. Um, and with me, like Marcus Garvey said, you can't free a slave unless they want to be free. A lot of people
This is
don't know
true.
that they're in a slave mentality. So the more you talk to them, it's like you're actually talking at them, and they get defensive. And it's not a good situation. So us as healers,
Yeah,
we gotta be responsible and know when we should and when we shouldn't say something. You follow me? We need to exert
exactly.
our meekness. We got Portia coming back in slowly.
Yeah, it's all right. We gonna get this together.
So with you,
But this is
when
how
would
y'all know this is raw and uncut energy. All this was put together last minute. And I feel like this is something that's really important to, our brothers and sisters in our community because our relationship rate is not at its best.
yeah, yeah, because you know why this is about relationships, but right now the number of relationship that we need to work on is within ourselves. A lot of times we want relationships to help fill that void within because we are spiritually collapsed. We're not feeding our higher self. We're too busy feeding the flesh,
Right.
giving it simple pleasure, chasing worldly stuff. So now
We looking for
when you hit that
happiness in
wall,
somebody else and we haven't found it in ourselves. And if you can't be happy with yourself or love yourself, you can't love and be happy with somebody else. You can't look for your happiness in someone, but it's in someone else. It's not their job to find your happiness. That's your job. That's why it's your happiness.
so let me ask you a
That's
question.
why it's
So
important when you're moving forward from healing that you take time out for yourself. You give yourself time. You not only spend time with yourself, but you spend time with others, but it has to be the right type of others. You can't just spend time with somebody who's want to be around a dude all the time and you don't have a dude and now you thinking about being in a relationship versus getting this relationship with yourself together. Hey Paul, welcome
that's a
back.
you know what? That's a beautiful point. But where do we have an example of unconditional love that we can model that stuff after and see like, look, this is what I don't want, and now let me focus on what I do want. So, what blueprint or what did you see that you knew that what you was conditional love, but you needed unconditional love? What did you see that example at to help you realize you was in what you didn't want?
My examples were probably through relationships and family
Mm-hmm.
situations. Like
Mm-hmm.
people will say they love you unconditionally, and that's all well and good to hear. It sounds good. It probably tastes good rolling off the tip of their tongue and all of that. But when it boils down to it, you don't love me unconditionally. There are conditions in which you are willing to love me and deal with me, and if I do anything outside of those conditions, you no longer love me.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
So I have known that, I have felt that, I have dealt with that literally my whole life.
Mm-hmm. 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 So with you dealing with your whole life, you never truly had a support system. So how? So what supported you and kept you going on your spiritual journey?
Um, Me, pretty much.
Me.
Me wanting to be a better
Mm-hmm.
version of myself. Me wanting to love myself more. Me wanting to pour that same energy that I pour into other people that has never resonated back. I wanted to pour that into me. I wanted to focus on me. It got to the point where if it
Mm-hmm.
didn't make me happy, I just
Mm-hmm.
wasn't doing it. Forget how anybody else felt about it. If I didn't want to go somewhere, if I didn't want to be around somebody, if your soul didn't sit right with me, guess what? I just wasn't doing it. I didn't want to be around you. And that kept me pushing on top of my kids because my kids depend on me. I can't be in a certain mindset when I
Mm-hmm.
have kids. You know, I can't let them see me a certain way. Relationship wise, I want them to always see somebody loving their mother, not abusing them. So that was a big thing for me because I'm raising, not
Mm-hmm.
only am I raising a queen, I'm raising two kings as well. And I'm not raising street thugs, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
raising
Mm-hmm.
hoes, I'm not, doing none of that. So I have to set the example, and that's another thing that's kept me pushing because I love my kids unconditionally. I don't care what they do.
Mm-hmm. 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 So what helped you develop that type of consciousness?
I can't hear you. You're breaking that.
I said, what helped you develop that type of consciousness?
Journaling was one of them. Meditation was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
My
Mm-hmm.
mother was one of them because she's very deep into spirituality. So she guided me, through certain processes. So I have her to thank for that. So with, like I
Uh-huh.
said, journaling, writing, getting my feelings out differently from how I would normally react, snap, crackling, popping, yelling, screaming, wanting to fight. There's other ways to handle situations. So with age comes growth, and as you
Mm-hmm.
grow, you learn that every situation causes for certain reactions.
Mm-hmm. 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 And you mentioned meditation. Meditation. Wow.
Yes,
How did
meditation is
meditation
very
help you?
important.
Hmm. Why do you feel that way from your experience? Why meditation is so
Because
important?
us as humans, our minds are always going 1,000 miles per minute. Especially if you're somebody like me, your mind is constantly on the go. You're constantly thinking about the past, the future, what's happening now. If you got kids, you're thinking about them. You're thinking about what not to do, what to do. If this person got mad at you, if that person's mad at you, your mind is constantly going. And sometimes we need to take
Hmm.
time out for ourselves to relax our mind, to erase our mind from everything, to reset ourselves, to reset our energy. So meditation is a way to do that. And it's not an easy thing to do because I had to start off with a quick 5 minute meditation when I started, because then I would be meditating and then I'll be thinking about, damn, well, this person said this to me or this person did this, and you get completely thrown off. So it's a practice that you have to
Right.
do. But meditation is definitely key. Going to the beach and releasing any type of negative energy, any type of negative vibes, like that is definitely key to grounding yourself. It is really important that you stay rooted and grounded, and meditation is the way to do that.
Meditation would it do that? Interesting. So you talked about meditation. So with meditation, is you just got to sit still and what kind of meditation
You
you do?
breaking up, Ruben. You breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Hold on, let me switch. Hold on, hold on.
Mm, 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 mm,
Okay, hold on.
mm.
Let me get y'all in my ear this way. I got
Can you hear me
one
now?
dying. Okay, now I can hear you. Yeah. So, what was your question?
So when it comes to meditation,
Uh huh.
with meditation, what kind do you just sit? Do you just sit there? Do you lay there? Do you move? Do you dance? What type of meditation do you enjoy doing?
There are various different types of medication. Jesus, meditation. Y'all excuse me. There are various different types of meditation. You can do it laying down. You can do it sitting up. In my ear, I also prefer to do it
You
while I'm
gotta pull that
sleeping,
fan, the long one on the
because
fan.
when you're asleep, your subconscious can reprogram itself. So I like to reprogram
Mm-hmm.
myself every night and every morning so that I start my morning off great and I end my night the same way.
Mm-hmm. 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 Portia, how you feel about meditation? What do you meditate? What
Oh
type of
God, not
meditation do you
again.
use?
I do.
Okay, y'all
I
keep talking. Let me figure
normally
out
do.
my audio issues right now.
No problem.
Okay. I normally do like
Um,
guided meditations overnight, or sometimes I do just, the listening to the frequencies and stuff. And I do it
Mm-hmm.
overnight for the most part. In the morning, I do like a light meditation, but most of my meditation is done like overnight.
Mm-hmm. Overnight. So
hmm
when
Like
most of
while
the
I
time you do
sleep.
meditation when you sleep, it's not really when you're
hmm
conscious. You do it mostly unconscious.
Well, both. Because in the mornings, I'm up.
In the
I'm up
morning,
in the
who?
mornings. In the mornings, I'm up, so I'm conscious. So
Your
I
phone
try to
breaking
do
up, Portia.
one.
okay.
Ooh, can you hear me? Can you hear me at all? Are you able to hear me?
Can you hear me, Portia?
Yep. Yes, can you hear me?
Not right now.
Waste of money.
Let's make sure.
Ah,
Nope.
still nothing?
Say something now.
Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you right now.
Oh my God, I
Let
hear
me
y'all
see something.
clearly.
Say something now.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got. I can. Somebody outside right now. Somebody giving some love. Good evening. Okay. Good evening, everybody. We got people joining us here. Thank y'all. How y'all doing this evening? We got this feedback, y'all. Oh, I'm wonderful. Thanks for asking. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free to give your comments, your answers to the question of what we got going on. I can hear you, but I can't see you, goddess. So the first thing we're speaking about is I'm pretty fair. Okay, so the first thing we're talking about is relationships, how to heal from toxic and abusive relationships, how to move forward, how to understand. Okay, you're back now. I can't hear you. You back,
Please tell me you
Portia?
can hear me.
Yes, I can
Yes,
hear
can you
you.
hear me?
Yes, yes, thank you. That's a
It's
tough
hard
one
being out in the
indeed.
sticks.
Huh?
I said it's hard being out in the sticks.
Oh, it's all good, man. We've been very patient. We got some feedback now. Delano said that's a tough one indeed. Yes, healing from toxic relationships. So I hope I'm announcing your name right. Delane, how do you what's your feedback on how to heal from toxic and abusive relationships? In your opinion, no right or wrong, just your feedback on how you feel. Yes. How you feeling, Portia? You okay?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay, you hear? I hear you nice and clear. We got the
Good,
goddess
loud and clear.
lioness Shay Love. She in a different area, but she coming back. Keep them questions going. We right now we live on YouTube. We live on Facebook. So it's a dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Don't just say it like a post. Y'all give us feedback, man. It's here for us to talk about us in the melanin community having healthy loving relationship, not based on condition but unconditional. Give us feedback. How y'all feel about that? We got a younger generation. We got the young babies on that's 30 something talking about healing, talking about tarot cards, talking about Reiki, we talking about chakras. We just talking about healing all together as a nation, as a people, giving ourselves a spiritual community to use our vocabulary, to use our words. So I'm thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for giving us time. Oh, we got both of them coming back at the same time. What you say, what you say. We back. Okay.
That's better. I
Okay.
had to log in from the laptop. That's all.
No, it's all good, man. We got feedback here. We got your mom on here. We got
Hey, what's
Delane on
going
here.
on,
Yeah,
mommy?
yeah. So that's what's up. We got
Hey,
feedback
Miss
going on.
Mama.
What your mom said something about Stockholm syndrome. That was just called Stockholm syndrome is when you fall in love with your abuser. Stockholm syndrome. We got smart people here giving us dialogue. We up and running, baby. That's what's up. That's what's up. So the next thing we discussed was the last thing we discussed was what got our toxicity there. So what are your triggers? You know what I'm saying? Like I know our relation like if we're in a toxic relationship and it's traumatized, we have triggers. Like what triggers do you have and what make them your triggers? They don't froze again. Portia, can you hear me? They coming in and out, man. This it's just the energy is so great. The reception is so great, man. So just chill, man. Just chill. Just chill. If you haven't, check out the website, Namaste Thug. I got a valuation on there that you can check yourself based on your behaviors for your chakras. On there, self-eval. It's not something that I'm telling you. It's something that you can read yourself and see for yourself. So go to namastethug.com It doesn't cost you nothing to log in to take that self eval, and that helps you see that whatever you're growing through is outside of you. So we're working on dealing with healing our relationships and the trauma to healing those emotions that leads to lower vibration behaviors, dysfunctional relationships, toxicity. Not right now, which understand all those things are true, but how do we heal and move forward? How do we grow and break that chain of that low vibration relationship that we in that a lot of times just we succumb to because our environment. We don't have no true templates or role models to kind of look at an unconditional relationship. So now it's time for us to take responsibility to show people how it looks, how it feels, how it smells. I'm gonna take this short break to thank our announcers, thank our sponsors. Our sponsors is the universe. Thank you for the prana in the air that helps us breathe. So this is a simple a breathing break while my hostesses, my goddesses get their reception back together and plug back in. Remember, when you're in the process of being great, sometimes you're gonna be lonely. It might be certain things that stumble. Don't stop. Keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward. When you keep pushing forward, you'll be surprised at what you get. Got a brief video for you. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. What's great with you today, man? Where you energy? Before I start, like, subscribe to my YouTube page, Namaste Thug, and also check out the website, NamasteThug.com. Going through the trauma, dealing with anger, you got rage going on. I can help you resolve it through a couple of, I'm not gonna say simple, but it's self-examination. And that's what kind of the hack is about today. It's about what's your relationship with the energy that you're attracting. So right here, we're either attracting energy of fear or the energy of gratitude. And it depends on that, what's going on. If you want to have a higher vibrations, we got to tune it to it because they can't tune it to us. We have to go in that same frequency for it to reside in us. So come on over, follow me on my YouTube channel. I'm going live in probably like 15 minutes to get set up. Wait for you. See you real soon. Namaste Thug. Your wellness is your wealth. Peace. Yeah, we back. We back. This a brief. I can't hear you, Lena. Nope, still can't hear you. So we got Delano. While she got technical difficulties, she blacked out. While she keeps transforming. That's a tough one
Seriously.
indeed. I can hear you, but I can't see you. So we got a question. We're gonna call you Delano. Sometimes people tend to get over
I
somebody
can hear him
by moving
perfectly in the
on.
pods, but they just keep freaking dying. I ain't know that the case wasn't charged.
So what we understand is Delano. Sometimes people tend to get over someone by moving on to someone else, but it doesn't mean it's better. So that's very true. But sometimes in relationships, we have to do more than just bring uh you know dick and pussy to the table. We and myself, I was using sex as therapy. So if I break up with one person, now I'm physically involved in somebody else without giving myself that proper time and space to heal. So now I'm hurt. I'm taking other hurt energy with me too as well, and that's not healthy for me or the other person, and it's not fair. So now by energy transference, I'm bringing that person down. Now my energy is transferring them. Even if I'm not saying nothing to you, I could be sleeping in the bed with you. We're on a different vibration. You're gonna feel that. It's like you sleep with the enemy. Because if we're on a high vibration, even we around people on low vibration, just by us chilling and being around them, they kind of absorbing our energy indirectly. You feel what I'm saying? So we have to be very mindful of the people we hang around, our emotions, our environment. Those are the two key components that kind of throws us off because our emotions are what fuels our sales. Oh, they coming back, y'all. They are
We
back.
getting it
All right.
together.
Okay, okay. I
I
can
just
hear
feel
both of y'all.
terrible because I'm out in the sticks and my okay, good because my service is acting up,
No, no, no
acting
worries,
up.
no worries, no worries. So, as y'all was going, we were speaking about Delano put in the Texas. Sometimes people tend to get over somebody by moving on to someone else. So
Say
that
that
brings up.
again.
I said we have someone in the comments saying that sometimes people try to move on by having sex with other people, and it's not good, but um, it's a situation. So that brings us to the topic. Like you got to bring more than dick and pussy to the table. That's what basically what we're saying.
You
Like you
definitely
can't.
do. You got to bring
Mm-hmm,
your own
mm-hmm.
goddamn table.
Right, right, right. Like you said, man. It's
But
like it.
but
Like you.
to answer what she said, yes, most times people try to get over people by getting up underneath other people, but that's just toxicity breeding toxicity. You're intrigued by this
Mm-hmm.
person. You're trying to get over this person, so you sleeping with this person, but you don't understand when you sleep with somebody, you swap souls. You
Right,
swapping
right,
different
right.
energies with different people, so now you all over the place. And then
Mm-hmm,
if this
mm-hmm,
person
mm-hmm.
decide they don't want to sleep with you no more, then what you gonna do? Go get up underneath somebody else?
Right, 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 right,
You
right.
got to pick your battles wisely and
Uh-oh.
bring your own damn table.
Hey, that's that smoke she warmed up, y'all. Here we go. Now we
All
cooking
right
with that
then.
peanut oil, dog. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I don't have Portia's information, but I got the Linus Ashe love up there. And man, hey, listen, what's so beautiful the universe? These two goddesses called me on the same day within the 15-minute span, talking about the same time, and they had no idea they was doing that. So if that's not divinity, what else is it? You feel me?
Exactly.
We have to come out of that spiritual depression and feed our spirits, not by what other people telling us, by what we feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You dig?
Mm-hmm.
So man, this is wonderful. We talked about red flags. That's what we on right now. Before we went out, what
Okay.
are what are what are what are things that trigger you and why? What are things that
Ooh.
trigger you and why?
We're gonna go to Polasia for this one first.
Okay,
I have a million triggers. We'll be here all night.
Well, at least you
okay.
can start our piggyback,
Hey, give
because
us your
boy,
main three. Give us your main three. Give us your main three and tell us why. Your top three.
mm.
Take your
Gaslighting is
time.
one.
Huh?
yes,
Gaslighting,
gaslighting.
Say it
gaslighting,
again.
gaslighting.
What's that?
That you know how some like you feel some type of way about a person or a situation or something that they're doing, and let's say they ask you like you're like I feel sad about what you did, and then they text you back, oh, what you mean? What do you mean what I mean? You know exactly what I mean. You know how they try to make you seem like you're crazy when you say something about the way you feel and stuff like that.
Yep.
And
That's an
that's coming from
example of
that's coming
gaslighting.
from guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm just make. Oh, whoa. Okay, we got smoke, y'all. We got smoke. Okay, so
Or when
it's
they
like
play the victim and they want to talk about how you reacted to a situation, but I'm reacting based off of something you did or something you said. But we want to talk about how I reacted and not what you did to trigger my reaction. Don't play the victim with me. Don't do that. That triggers. You're gonna get the
so.
bad side of me then.
Okay, so basically, you saying is when y'all expressing that somebody did something to y'all, and they come back playing dumb as if they don't know what it did to y'all. That's a trigger,
That's a
right?
trigger.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Manipulation.
okay. But let me ask you a question. Why? Why is that a trigger? What caused that to be a trigger into you?
You playing on my
Because
intelligence. You're trying to pretend like
yeah.
you don't know what I'm talking about. You're trying to act like you don't know what you did. And you're really trying to play the victim role like you just are completely oblivious to what the hell is going on. Don't do that, because you know exactly what you did, when you did it, and how you did it. We're grown.
But
We're
let me
not
ask,
children.
but let me ask you a question. What if he or she doesn't know what they did, and you
How could you
just and you?
not?
I can't hear you.
I don't understand how they could not. But if they did, in fact, feel like, oh, they don't know what they did, if I'm explaining what I did to you and you want to justify the situation, that's a trigger. Because I'm telling you what my problem is, and instead of you addressing the problem and assuring me it's not going to happen again and finding a better way to go about doing whatever, you want to justify it. Oh, I only did this because, I only said that
Okay,
because. No, there is no justification.
that makes sense. I get that. So when you tell them how you feel, instead of them looking at it from your side, they did justifying why they did what they did. That's what you're saying,
They're
right?
automatically in defense mode, defending
Get defense.
themselves.
I can relate because I
You're
do the
trying to
same
beat
thing
me
myself.
mad, and I'm the one that's supposed to be mad.
You feel the same way about the same way, Portia?
I agree. I definitely
Okay.
agree, especially with justification and manipulation. Like, those are like two big ones for me as well. Like, well, if you wouldn't have did this, I wouldn't have been like, no, you did that because that's what
Right.
you wanted to do. I didn't make
Mm-hmm.
you do anything.
Exactly.
Gotcha. So we got some feedback here. Delane said that's called synchronicity. I guess being reminded of the past. So gaslighting is where you have bad memory and you can't remember everything. And oh, you associate with memory loss. They say so. Gaslighting associated with memory loss. How y'all feel about that? We
That's
that was somebody
bullshit.
that said that.
We're gonna
Oh,
have
I'm
to
just saying
agree
what
to
they
disagree
said.
on that one.
Okay, no problem. Hey, man. Hey, listen, I told y'all when y'all tuned in, y'all gonna get that smoke. So you come in with these BS answers, they ain't gotta take that shit, cuz I'm telling you, memory loss, nigga, you got so now you got sometimes. Sometimes you remember, sometimes you don't. Nigga,
Yeah,
please.
And I thank you.
Okay,
right.
got you. Okay, I can relate that. So with me,
I'm sorry.
I'm not
Wait. Can I piggyback off of that real quick?
yes, please.
Because I've been doing my research all day before we even got to this point. Gaslighting is a common tactic of manipulation. It is an insidious form of emotional abuse in which the manipulator will make you question your own sanity or judgments.
Ooh, so Delane, what you gotta say about that? Well, I told you, boy, Linus got that Simizo. That's straight gizzy gas. Boy, listen, listen. That's why I fucks them the long way, man. You can't just bring that. No, man, and I love it. We ain't with the bullshit, cuz really, no disrespect. No disrespect. That's what he talking about, that victim role shit. You feel me? Memory loss. You forget your ATM code, you forget where you stayed at. Fellas, us. This
Yeah, so now
what
you
I got
got me
going.
questioning whether or not I'm the one that's wrong. Nah, I ain't about to do that. I know I ain't wrong. You ain't about to
Right.
manipulate me.
I told you. The only thing I'm saying is I put in the description it's gonna be plenty of smoke. I warned y'all. It ain't right now it's about
It's
speaking
positive
our
smoke
piece
though.
in our
That's
throat
all.
chakra. All the
Right.
women I have around me gonna be their organic self, and I'm gonna let them express themselves to the fullest. If you don't agree with it, so what? Then you don't have to, but they're gonna speak their piece. Plenty of smoke. So if you can't smoke, homie, you in trouble. That's all I'm saying. Um, okay, now they said that they take advantage of that and use it against you. Okay, I get it, but this is the thing about it. Us as men, we were never taught communication skills. We were never taught the value of expressing how we feel before we get upset, and we were never
Ooh.
taught about our emotions. So
Yes,
if a
sir.
man is traumatized, he has no idea how to communicate with you on your emotion because we never taught to deal with our emotion. We were taught how to play football, how to play basketball, how to match women, and might be how to change a
Mm-hmm.
tire, how to oil, but never how to communicate, never how to speak truthfully, never have clear communication. So fellas, if y'all listening, it's about maturing that sacred chakra, getting into that flow, and allowing women to express to you what you did in your unconscious manners of moving forward. They ain't saying you wrong, you're taking it wrong, getting defensive because it could become a childhood trauma. It could come from a relationship like I had with my mom that is passive aggressive. So we gotta look at our childhood traumas, our prior relationship within ourselves and see why do we feel like these women are doing something to us and we're getting very defensive. I'm the same way too. My girl didn't feel safe around me because I wouldn't let her talk. If she had said something I didn't agree with, I was cutting her off. I wouldn't let her finish. It was me. So I had looking within myself. I had to marry myself and wake up to my spiritual self and realize what I was doing as a traumatized man. You feel what I'm saying? I had to work on my
Mm-hmm.
communication skills. And what you said, this what Lightning loves saying. My ancestors said so. You feel what I'm saying? That's actually love. My ancestors said
My
so. So it's I.
ancestors said no. They said
Oh,
no.
said no.
Said no. Yes. My
Oh,
ancestors said no. Uh-oh.
now here
There
we
we
go.
go.
So with me, it's like you said your ancestors said no. Like my
Hmm.
ancestors told me it was time for me to hear. So my ancestors tell me so. Like, look, it's time for
Got
you
you.
for
Yes.
Got
for,
you.
for
I
you
feel
to
like
hear
both
right
of them
now.
are good.
So this kind of goes into a relationship we got with our higher power. We talk about religion. All of us here are spiritual. We look within for that. And we're not looking for something that looks not like us outside of us that religion does. So us based on a white face, blue eyed, blonde hair that looks nothing like us to save us, that's no longer healing us. We have to learn to go within ourselves and look at our ancestors. I have a homeboy that's from Africa. He just got learned 10 years ago that he shouldn't pray to his ancestors. He never prayed to a God. He just got disrupted 10 years ago and said, pray to this Caucasian Jesus. Why they doing that? We got to get back into our ancestral pool and remember what's going with us, who we are as a nation, as a people, as a culture. We got to dismember ourselves from looking for something outside of ourselves, which is worldly, and getting back spiritual. What y'all got to say about that? Cause y'all are definitely spiritual. What we talked about.
I agree. I
Okay.
agree. And that's what I'm working on as well. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And also the main thing too is stop playing the victim role is the main thing. You gotta become the own hero in your story and stop pointing the finger. When you gonna take accountability for your shit? When you gonna
Absolutely.
stop hiding behind religion? When you gonna stop hiding behind your mama? We gonna stop hiding behind your daddy? We gonna stop hiding behind your pain and suffering? If you're not ready to actually heal and recognize what's going on, you can never transcend what you're growing through. You feel what I'm saying? Like for 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 Portia to call me at the blue and talk what she got going on, her ancestors allow her to be secure around me. So the question is, who are you talking to that allows you to be yourself, for you to truly express how you feel without judgment? Portia, who's your confidant that you actually talk to that allows you to be yourself?
I'm gonna say two people. I have a newfound sister. She is spiritual and she's
Hmm.
taught me a lot, and we're pretty much leaning on each other and teaching each other. I wanted you to meet her last night on the live, but she had to step away for a second.
Okay.
But her name is Adaja, and of course, when I talk to Elena, I can be myself as well.
Mm-hmm,
Exotic.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Hmm. So with you being an empath, how do you deal with emotions and feelings that's not yours by you being an empath?
I'm still learning on what to do in those situations because, like, if somebody's around me and they're upset and I feel like they're upset for no reason, it's going to make me upset. Or if
Mm-hmm.
somebody's sad, I'm going to get sad. So, as an empath, I'm still working on not feeling what others are feeling, but I've just
Mm-hmm.
been trying to keep positive energy, keep positive thoughts. Whatever they say, I try to see the positive in it and, try to get them to move forward. If they want to keep or maintain that negative energy that they have going on, then I have to let them. And I try to let
Mm-hmm.
it go myself as well. If that continues, then I just have to get from around you. You can take your
Mm-hmm.
negative energy home. And I'm going to stay positive and go about my business.
Mm-hmm. 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 That definitely makes sense. Hmm. So whenever you're so how does that affect you when you're doing your reading with your cards? When if you're aggravated or throw off your energy, how do you center yourself back to get your readings and your clarity?
I normally like it for right now. Like normally, I have not been doing readings being upset or being in an upset state. But I do always like try to sage and put myself back in a positive mental state, like
Hmm.
listening to music that I like to listen to that makes me happy, or
Makes sense.
thinking about things that makes me happy. But when doing my readings, normally like if it's too bad, I would have to reschedule. I don't want to give you a reading with a negative energy because that's not fair to you.
Hmm. Facts.
So
Hmm.
most times I just make sure that my energy is together. Even if I'm tired, I'm still okay. But if I'm upset or sad or something, I wouldn't do it
Hmm.
for now, just until I learn to let other people's energy go.
And that helped a whole lot. Hmm.
It has helped a lot.
Gotcha. So we in zodiac in the zodiac room. So we saying narcissism at its best. Salima says we create our self misery. Hellos, Sylvia Smith. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Wait, she said self misery.
She said we create self misery. That's what that we have someone said that we
Oh, oh,
create self misery. How do you feel about that? That we create our self misery.
um, I don't want to say we create it, but let's say we have something like that makes us feel a certain way or whatever,
Hmm.
and we just drag it on instead of trying to heal and move forward. How
Hmm.
long can you drag a situation on? Like my inner child trauma that I have, I'm trying to, just let it go because it's like, why would I hold on to this and it's just constantly making me sad or it's constantly making me mad or it's making me feel a certain way when I could either take accountability of the constructive criticism that's been given
Hmm.
or I could just, deal with, let's say, my parents, for example. Let's say that was the issue, or my siblings or something like that. I could just let that hurt go and just deal with them to the point where I can, to where my energy will allow, so that they
Hmm.
couldn't disturb me.
Hmm. Hmm.
But I do feel
So
like
if
accountability and like, because if a lot of people are getting together and saying something, maybe it got to be some truth to it. So let me look inside myself to see maybe what am I doing to da 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 da.
hmm.
Like, yes, this happened as a child, but now in order to heal myself, maybe I need to remove myself from this situation and learn how to deal with these people. Like, it's a lot of ways that you can look at it and handle it.
Yes, it truly is. It truly is.
Here we
We got
go.
we got a comment from YouTube. It says in the law of energy, it has to transfer, and if you're not strong to purify it, Portia, I'm saying the right, then you will continue to fall victim to the trap. You want me to read that again? This on YouTube.
So it's the law of
Yes, do
energy.
it
It has
again.
to transfer, and if you are not strong to purify it, Portia, if I'm saying it right, then you will continue to fall victim to their trap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could be,
Mm-hmm.
but like with me learning to how to use my energy, I try not to convey it on other people. I'm just saying, like, what other people, like, their excuses may be as to why they hold on to certain stuff or why they won't let go of certain stuff. I personally am trying to like let go of negative energy. If it's around me, I try to get it away from me. And
Yes, ma'am.
at first, I cared about how people felt about me, distancing myself, but now I don't. So I'm not currently going through that. I'm just saying what I hear others tell me, the
Mm-hmm.
reasoning on why they deal with certain things the way they do. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what I was saying, that I feel like they should, either find a healthier way to deal with that hurt or that trauma versus constant blaming and finger pointing, because that's not going to get neither party anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We did had a goddess join in. I was on her talk show, Peace, Love, and Prosperity. Awesome people. So we getting wonderful feedback on Facebook and YouTube. So that's
Goddess,
what's up.
thank you. Thank you.
Uh-huh. 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 So, man. So wow, this is so important. So what what helped you guys or what prepared you guys to actually not change yourself but actually transform yourself and be what's needed for the spiritual realm to download stuff to you, but not only to help you but other people as well.
Which one?
Just for me, it was myself being lost, myself looking for answers, myself looking for somebody to help me, and everybody's like, "Oh, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know nothing about that." Oh,
Mm.
well, if you pay me $150, or if you pay me
Ooh,
two, three,
sweet.
four, $500, I could probably help you out, or I could do this for you if you pay me to do this, or something that I could do myself. And then
Mm-hmm.
start researching. It's like, okay, well, those answers that I wanted, those answers that I needed, I feel like maybe somebody else can benefit from it, or
Mm-hmm.
somebody else can help with it. That's why I do free readings every now and then, but at the same time, it's draining. So that's why I do, have a fee or whatever. But for the most part, I just want to relay the message that was hard for me to get. It was years I was searching for it before I even found it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. So once again, if people just tuning in, Portia, let them know your Facebook and IG information because yours a beautiful read last night. So let them know where they can tune in.
Okay, so I don't have an IG yet, but I'm gonna make one today because apparently that's what young people do. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna But my Facebook is Pelagia's Enchantment, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna make a IG, and I'm gonna do lives. I'm gonna do free readings sometimes, and sometimes I may do discounted readings on live and stuff like that. I'm gonna also start doing readings to heal, or try to start healing the Black community. I'm gonna do like inner child, and what we're talking about now, like shadow work and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be talking with my spiritual sister. Her name's Adasia. So we're doing these live
Mm-hmm.
together, and we're just gonna try to help heal each other spiritually, for those who are interested, outside of a normal mindset.
Ashe.
Okay. Next,
Pardon me.
I'm listening.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Well,
Same question to you.
initially it was my mother who pushed me towards it because she felt like I would benefit from it. So when I went to soul searching and digging more, I realized that this is the journey that I needed to be on because it empowered me to be a better person. Much like Portia looking for answers in all the wrong people, listening to people who say they spoke to my ancestors, not realizing that if my ancestors wanted to speak to me, they would come to me directly. If a message was meant for me, it would come to me directly. I don't need anybody to give me any messages. So looking for answers in wrong people, just trying to find an answer to what my purpose is and everything. I literally had to do soul searching and shadow work and journaling and heavy meditation again to get myself
Mm-hmm.
back grounded and rooted. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm definitely not where I was.
You just said something. Okay, shadow meditation. Can you? I mean, shadow side, shadow work. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
What shadow work
Shadow
for
work.
me is digging deep, going back to childhood. Whatever traumas you've had, whatever you've been going through, you have to dig deep. You have to dig to the root cause of the issue. You have to try to figure out pretty much how to forgive what happened to you because it's for you to move on. It's not for anybody else. And if you keep holding that negative energy in you, you're never going to get any further. You're always going to be looking at the glass as half full. So shadow work is very important for you to learn how to do from whatever you went through as a child, whatever you went through as a preteen, a teen, even in your adult years, because we still continuously go through things as we
Wait,
grow.
Facts.
Go ahead, Portia, Polasia.
wait a minute. I think that what you just described is inner child work. Shadow work is more so like identifying and addressing the issues that
Your phone, you breaking up, boo boo. Identifying the issues that what?
Oh,
Can't
now
hear
her
you.
volume will go out. We can't hear you.
Can't hear
She's speaking that smoke right. That's what it is. We can't hear
you.
you right now. Say something.
I'm saying something, but she.
Now I know I'm talking to
Hello, am
her.
I
Of
here?
course, we can't.
Oh,
Am I here now?
We hear you. Yes, yes, you here.
Okay. Okay, so shadow work is more so addressing and dealing with the issues that you have within yourself now. Maybe toxic traits that you may have, maybe certain ways that you may have that different people don't like, or different people can't deal with. And it's like, well, why are people like this with me when, whatever. So healing that part of you. The inner child work, it sounds like what you were talking about, what
Shadow
happened
work
to you
is
as a child, and
everything,
you
though.
drag.
Shadow work is everything from any trauma that happened to you when you was young to anything that happened. It's pretty much analyzing everything that went wrong in your life.
So maybe they go hand in hand.
It's
Yes,
But
possible.
yes, yes. So both of y'all are correct. And the simplified is like the shadow side is the other side where we really don't want people to know about the traumas, the hurts, the pain. Because we look at the moon, we only see one side of the moon because the sun only
Right.
shines on one side of it. It's the other side, which is the shadow side. Now, the shadow side isn't good or bad. It just is. We're not looking at it linear, like we're not saying it's a bad thing, but we have to synchronize with that shadow side, that part that we don't want people to know about. Like, I'm a Virgo, but my shadow side is a Taurus, and then my opposition is a Pisces. So we got so many different signs that affects us that we don't recognize
Mm-hmm.
it. And I said opposition meaning because every sign has an opposition to it. My north node is a Virgo, and my south node is a Pisces. So that's a hell of a combination where the Virgo want everything to be a certain way, and the Pisces is the best way I can describe it as Pinky and the brain. The Virgo
Yeah.
being the
yeah,
brain, and then the Pisces being Pinky. But we don't synchronize with that shadow side. Like that's not me. I shouldn't be doing that. We're in a long, long light. So I had to synchronize with that side I was so-called shame of and want people to know about. So we had to
Right.
synchronize with the whole totality of ourselves. And the number one rule with spirituality is if I don't accept myself whole, I cannot transform or transcend into that spiritual realm. I have to
Yes,
accept
sir.
myself whole right now as I am. That's that shadow
that's a
work.
fact.
I can
That's a
still hear
fact.
y'all.
I'm glad you
Okay, good.
can. I'm glad you can. So, and also I want to speak about too is, sometimes we just gotta say fuck it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um and when we say fuck it, it's a beautiful thing that happened. It gives us a liberation. It frees us internally. And now we can truly have space to be what we want to be. Because a lot of times we focus on what we don't want. So I'm going to limit and say now that we go through trauma, we have different experiences. Now it helps us to focus on what we do want. Because for the past 40 some years, 30 years, we realized what we didn't want. So the next 30 years, let's focus on what we do want and see actually what they bring us and say fuck it. And fuck it means feeling unclogged knowing for internal transformation. So we got to feel that pain, feel that uncomfortableness, feel that experience to transform mentally to what we need to just let it go and say fuck it.
Yep.
That's a fact. Gotta
That's a
let it go.
fact. And like what? And so the thing about it is letting it go for me was difficult because I felt like every time I tried to let it go, I couldn't because I realized that my traumatic or pain side was still getting paid from that. Like
Mm-hmm.
the pain body or the ego, the trauma is so petty. Anything that's low vibration, it won't it. You talking about keeping 100, that's fear. You talking about guilt, you talking about desire, you talking about
Yes.
shame, you talking about jealousy and envy. That's low vibration. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why we're gonna do that book club with the power versus force to show you to stay on 550, which is joy, to be 1000, which is enlightenment. When we say keeping it 100, we're putting a spell on ourselves. 100 calibrates with fear. We talking about fuck you, motherfucker. Those are not curse words. When I say I ain't shit, I'm cursing myself. When I got
Yep.
low self-esteem, I'm cursing myself. When I'm talking bad inside my head, I'm cursing myself. If I say, man, fuck you, you get the point. If I say, pardon me, you're disturbing me, you still gonna be messing with me. But if I say, man, fuck
Exactly.
you, you get the
You
point.
gonna
So
back the fuck up then.
what? Quick, because we have to accept our warrior, our God and God itself. Stop putting
Mm-hmm.
that shit to the side. That's the shadow side of us that we say I shouldn't be aggressive. You're a fucking lie. If
Fuck it.
somebody took if somebody took any one of y'all kids, you become the number one murderer in the world. So don't talk about that passive shit. If you're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
aggressive, be aggressive. If you're gonna be passive, be passive. Don't be both. You feel what I'm saying? So with us not
Mm-hmm.
being either way, we keeping it 1000. So that way, either you can fuck with me or you can't fuck with me. Either way, you're not gonna fuck with me. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? So so we can't let people throw us off our center because we know who we with. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
And then
Absolutely.
it
Tell
ain't
me
about
y'all
me,
can
y'all
still
like
hear me. Y'all can still hear me, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
you
can still hear
good.
you.
Okay,
Clear.
good, 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 good.
But fuck it.
And also, there we go now. There we go now. There we go now. There we go
Yeah,
now.
there
There
we
we go
go.
now. There we go now. My ancestor said no.
No.
Yeah, straight up. So,
Oh,
so
Deja came.
Oh, she did. Okay.
We can't see you,
where she,
Deja.
where she at? She was trying to get in.
She in. She just
I don't.
muted and we can't see her.
Hey man, listen.
Okay.
If you,
I'm sorry. I'm doing here.
what
I
she?
can
Oh,
kind of hear you.
Hello.
yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you a little bit with your little shy voice. Come on,
I'm
say it from your
sorry.
chest. Say it with your
my
chest.
my my phone is really low. I'm doing here. That's why I was listening to the conversation. I'm about to join on my
Try to
iPad.
put your headphones in.
She said she gonna join on her iPad because her phone
Oh,
is
okay.
low.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Well, I'm gonna mute you till you get when you get back. Just let me know, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for joining. So yeah, man, we here, we vibing. So basically, what we doing is we taking a private conversation we had last night off the whim, and we include y'all in our shit. So yeah,
Okay.
in our mind, like that's the vibe. Like we ain't just talking about it. We solution based conversation. We ain't playing
Yeah.
the victim. We the heroes. So I'm gonna go off cuss. If y'all had to be a superhero, what would be your name and what would be your special power if you was a superhero?
Mm,
I go first. What you think?
all
Ooh,
Of course. Portia said, "Ooh, you got some Portia?" To my, ooh, he hit her. Ooh, you want to go, Portia?
yeah. You know how I don't know if y'all watch like Marvel
I
movies
do.
and
Yeah.
I
stuff.
do. Hell yeah.
Okay, so how they had WandaVision, I would be Polasia Vision just because of my
Ooh.
gift,
Okay.
the gift of foresight and stuff like that. That's why I chose that one.
I think
That's
I
deep.
would be something like, I don't know, like an abbreviation for past, present, and future. I would take people to their past, show them what their present life would be like in their future, and they can make any changes they want to alter how they want their lives to turn out.
Wow. 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 Mm. Hey, audience,
Y'all
y'all
still
tune in
hearing me?
too. If y'all was superhero, what would you be? So, so basically, dang. So
I'm
y'all
trying
want
to
to know the
share this on my
past?
page and I can't. I don't know why.
Yeah, I wasn't able to too.
Say
I
it
tried
again.
to.
We're trying to share this on
I
our
can
page, but we can't.
share what?
This the live. It's not on our page. It's on yours, but we don't have the option to share it.
So, what they trying to tune in from?
No,
Tell me,
Facebook. How do we do it on Facebook?
okay, if they want to, they can go into zodiac signs and see it there.
Yeah, but we
But
can't
is that an
share the
open
That's
live.
page?
The live is only on your page, but we don't have the option to share it on our page, so people on our page can see it.
right. So what I'm saying is, I don't think it's gonna let you share it to live like that. I'm not sure why. Because
Uh,
what you trying to share it to? Facebook or IG?
Facebook.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure why I won't share
Yeah,
the live
I was
link.
trying
So
to
that's what I'm
because
saying.
that's how I was trying to get a Deja on, but she's like, tag me. But when I'm tagging her because she's not in the group, she couldn't see it. So
If
that's
we
why
would
So
have
I
went
had
what
on
they
to
can't.
Facebook, if we would have went on Facebook and created
send
a
her the
group,
link.
then it would have been posted on all the pages. But we're not on Facebook in a group,
So this the
so I
thing
think
about it.
that's
What I'm
why.
saying is,
But I still wanted
if
to add.
but listen, if you go on Facebook, if
Mm-hmm.
you go on Facebook and you actually tag into where your zodiac signs, they can see it on Facebook.
Will they? Even though it's a private group?
No, okay, on where your zodiac sign isn't a private group.
Oh, okay,
Okay, I see what you're
okay,
Yeah,
saying.
it's an open group. Yeah,
Okay.
they can go there. Zodiac signs.
okay.
Yeah, so they go
Okay.
there.
Well, I
They
was
can.
trying to get a Deja in just because we're the ones who we do our reading lives together, and then that's where we're going to be doing the healing as well.
Got you. So what you want to do if you want her
But
to
I
actually
could
be on the.
share it.
So listen, the link that she sent you. If you want to be actually on the screen right now, send her that same link that I sent you.
I sent it. She said she gonna add us from her iPad.
Okay, somebody's trying to get on right now.
That's probably
That's
her.
her. That's her.
Okay.
Hello.
There we go.
No picture
Hello.
yet.
We still can't see you.
Yeah,
Because
we
I'm
still
doing.
don't we can't see you.
Oh, she doing hair. Okay, no problem. So that's the girl that was with you last night, Portia.
Yes. She's the one who was
Portia.
doing the readings with me
And
last
what
night. Yes.
and what was so funny? Right before she got ready to read, she was like, "Hey, I don't know who this for, but it got something to do with the hospital. Ain't nothing bad, but you can even start a business and it's making jewelry. It's gonna be very it's gonna be very successful, and somebody get ready to connect with you a lot of money." I'm like, "What? She talking about me? Because I make my jewelry and it's on
Oh,
healing, and that's what it is." So now when I went to text it like that's me, it won't let it send it to me. It won't let me send it out. I'm like, okay,
Oh
just let me sit
wow.
on it, like, cause
oh
that was
my
my
God.
message last night. Like, whoa, yeah, that was it.
Well, I'm
That
gonna
was
tell you,
it.
I'm looking for a new necklace and bracelet, so I'll definitely be purchasing within the next hour.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, that's cool because I'm realizing handmade jewelry is very strong with healing, because the energy I'm putting
Yes.
in it. So handmade jewelry is a very powerful tool to help people heal
I need some
spiritually,
waist
emotionally, and mentally.
beads
So
too.
Hmm.
Definitely need the waist
hey,
beads.
we here, man. We got because I want you to understand we are the product. So whatever we do is gonna form currency. We're energy. So when we get our mind on the right energy, we're gonna attract everything we need. So it ain't about money; it's
Definitely.
about attracting currency. That's what we're gonna do,
Right.
and it's gonna come. The workshop, the retreats, the events, the vibes. This the first one. And look how good we vibe right now. So when we set this situation, we do like once a week or whatever. It's gonna blow.
Hmm.
So just be organic, man. Just be
That's all
organic.
we can
Also,
be.
if anybody knows about
Yes.
any pop-up shops or something that happened, I mean, it's a 6-hour drive, but I still make it because shoot, I want to promote my stuff, promote my
Yes,
sisters,
ma'am. Yes,
gods and
ma'am.
goddesses. We want to create a spiritual community
Yes.
Yes. We
because
Hey,
can
it's
you
like
know
a
take
what I'm
you
road
a
saying.
day
trip.
Like,
apart. So if you got a weak mind or you want to be controversial or whatever, trust me, we're going to come with the smoke, but that's not the objective. We want a community. We want everybody to come together. Each and every one of us has a different gift that we possess. Some of us have all the same gifts, like the tarot card readings and the oracle card readings. So if you want any of those done, you can hit up either Polasia, Adasia, or me. So you have that option. You have the healer, Mr. Namaste Thug, who does the stretches and the Reiki sessions and all of that. So everybody has their own gift. So you have us at your disposal to utilize.
Man, listen, I feel like the Black Panther. I'm surrounded by goddesses. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, come
yeah,
on, man.
yeah, that's
Hey,
true.
man,
That's true. That's true.
this
Yes.
is Cause see what happens if fella, let me holler at y'all for a second. When you around women and you don't have sexual energy as your undertone, you'll be surprised how far y'all can get. Women are more than just sexual objects, dude. When we pull into them, men will feel safe and secure, it's gonna blow up, big dog. It ain't pimping. That ain't what it is. It's teaching us to remember us as a community, how we grow together. I ain't gonna tell you about it. I'm gonna show you how I do it. Trust me. Just sit back and chill. I'm gonna show you how to work it. I'm gonna show you how to work it. Yeah. So what we talking about is shadow work. What we're talking about, what we're talking about, fucking. What we're talking about also too is in relationship. Bring your own fucking table. Don't try to put
Yep.
your shit on my table. You feel me?
Yes.
Yep.
Bring
If I don't want
bring
to
your
deal with
own
your shit,
fucking
you can
table.
get you and your fucking table and get the fuck out of here. And it's gonna be like, fuck it.
I
You
feel
and
like
your
So
that's the type of
table.
energy I need myself because I don't know if I'm able mentally to deal with people living with me long term. So maybe a weekend here or a weekend there may be okay with me, but
That's the same thing he said. The same exact
okay,
thing.
I get
Portia, get out my head. Let's talk about that.
I
So
I feel like I am love. I feel like can't nobody else show me love like I can show myself love. I am.
that's a
Hello.
fact.
Yes,
That's it.
goddess. Yep.
Mhm.
I ain't gonna
Because
say it on live, but what you said, Paul.
just have but yes, just having somebody constantly around, like it's not a horrible thing. It's just like after a while I just get overwhelmed. So it's kind of like, okay, well, you can go back in your space and, we could chill separately or whatever. But I don't want
Not
you to feel
everything ain't
like
for
having you
everybody.
around is going to be
There are
the
those who
source
can be
of
around people all
calmation.
the time, and there are those who'll be like, you know what? Yeah, it's time for you to pack up and go home now. It's about
So
being
so
at
the
peace at
topic
the
is
table.
what we're speaking about. So the topic is like last night we were speaking about. I said relationship with me. I don't want to live with a woman. She can have her own place. I got my own place. She can come see me. So we're talking about relationship. Now remember, this goes against our mothers and our father ancestors. This is something different. A relationship where your God or goddess just stay somewhere else and they come see you on the weekend. Like how do y'all? It's almost like a Martin and Gina. You know what I'm saying? Like how do y'all feel about that? Cause me, I enjoy my space. You can't keep me at my own house. You feel me? You can't tell me what's going on. You gotta respect me as a man because I got my own house, my own car. I don't need you to do for me. I'm not your child. So dealing with a grown ass man, how you feel? I want to live in my own shit and come see you on the weekend and I pay my own bills. How y'all deal with women and men like that? Audience, how y'all deal with that? How y'all deal with that? That's
Audience,
some
y'all a
new
little
age stuff here
quiet over
going
there.
on.
Let me hear something. Somebody ask a question or something.
Mm. I
Do
get
y'all
I'm
prefer
I'm
anxiety
y'all
scrolling right
whenever
now.
significant
my
others to come to
issue.
your house occasionally, or do you prefer to live with your significant other?
Yeah, what is it? What do y'all prefer? Why you feel the way you feel? And where did you
Right.
get that from? That y'all got to live in the same house? Like, what do we get these old slave mentality belief systems that they gave us? Where we got that from? Let me check and see anybody comment in the chat.
It's kind of quiet in the comment section right
Yeah,
now.
that hey man, that's a
I
different
think you touched a nerve right there.
that's a different subject there, boy.
Oh, we got a comment. I see one. What is it?
Somebody said that's fine, which is Selima, that's fine. That's
Wait, what's
hematite.
fine? What
What's
happened?
fine that y'all can live in separate houses, or that y'all can live in the same house together?
It looked like she
And why
said
do
living
you
in
feel
separate
that way?
houses. Mm-mm.
I'm
So
sorry,
so
y'all. The planes is flying by.
no, hey, outside the office. So Selima, you said we can split time at one. Okay, this is what we got right now. He said this is from Selima. We can split time at one other place. That's fine. And then she gave
And
me a
why
sign
do
like
you
she's
say that?
celebrating.
Why do you
Okay,
say
so
that?
Selima, why do you feel that way? What helps you understand that that's fine that the
What
spouse can
makes
stay
that
somewhere
okay
else?
with you?
What makes it okay with you?
Type faster, lady.
Oh gosh.
Separate houses. Separate houses. Okay.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I enjoy it 'cause in
You
my
pretty much
mind
gonna give somebody the boot when you ready.
What's your reason, Mr. Reuben? I mean,
what's my
Reuben.
no, you can call me Mr. Ruby. It's all
Wait.
good.
I'm going to rewatch this. I'm at dinner, can't really hear anything, but I'm interested. Okay. Well, we
We
appreciate that.
thank for the
This won't be
honesty.
the first or the last. I mean, this is
Thank
the first, but
you.
it won't be the last.
To answer your question, Portia, I'm not a religious person, but I love using the Bible to illustrate what's going on and make it relatable. So I feel like I'm more like Paul in the Bible. I feel like I'm already married to my spirit, and I think sometimes a woman would distract me from doing that because she wants the attention and time that I'm serving to the Most High to do my divinity. So having a woman in my life that close, I don't want that influence on me because I'm more infatuated with the spirit than I am with romance and love. So I'm already married already with the spirit. So I don't need nobody coming in try to dictate or influence my connection with the Most High.
Okay. We got a Facebook user that said, living together to save expenses. LOL. That's all. That's it. Tell the truth.
Oh, okay, okay.
No, that's
Man,
Well,
see,
just
you know what?
hilarious.
damn. Trying to
Hey,
save money. I see.
that's what
I
we
see
there
you.
for. It's a situation. So if you in something trying to save money, how is that helping you on a spiritual level? How is that helping you on a self-esteem level? How is that helping you as a person? What about what you need? You got your financial taken care of, but what about you as a person? So is that healthy? Is that what are you showing your
Or
kids? Like,
is that contributing to your spiritual self? Is that helping your growth any?
yes, what is it? So it sounds like you in a convenience ship. It's not really, it's not married. You in convenience ship. That's a convenience show.
Well,
I'm not
many
knocking it.
times people, many times people love one another, but they have different ideas on running a household or how they spend time. This is true.
Facts, facts, facts,
You
facts.
kind of got to know the person. If you're gonna live with somebody, you kind of have to know the person you're with. You have to know what is their pet peeve, what ticks them off. If you leave a toothpaste cap off, are they gonna snap about it? If the man leave the toilet seat up, is that gonna be a problem for you? But these are things that aren't discussed before people move in with each other, and then when they move in with one another and start disliking each other for the small things, it's like y'all never took the time to really learn each other. So now y'all hate each other based on little things that don't really matter.
Wow.
Insignificant stuff.
So what did we, us as melanated people, where did we get this concept of being married to one person and living in the household with them? Where did we get that from?
That was brainwashed. That was told to us that that's what was supposed to happen, because there are people over in Africa, in India, in Dubai, and other places that have multiple wives, even down to multiple husbands. It happens, but people are territorial.
Ooh, they want to. Oh, so basically, it sounds like a slave master relationship. You want to own something. That's what it sounds
Pretty
like.
much.
You owning something. That's my
Pretty much.
man. That's my woman. And this, that, and the other. Blah, blah, blah. You
And
cheating
I'm
on
his.
me.
It's the title that I'm his only one. Which, look,
Mm.
I don't. It's not frowned upon if you want to have multiple wives or multiple husbands. By all means, do what makes you happy. Everything don't work for everybody, but you don't have to be subject to just one. You don't.
Ooh, and doing my research in Africa, we have multiple wives. What happened was the king will pay for the first wife, and the other wife, the prince was to pay for. He couldn't afford it, so he chose to have one wife, and that carried on.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, what we're building is a team effort. I don't own you, you don't own me. We help each other grow
Right.
spiritually, financially. It's not an ownership. Like we don't get married and it dies.
Well,
It's
let
not this
me
by.
let me stop you though. Let me stop you. So that goes back to living separately. Because if you have multiple wives or you have multiple husbands, 9 times out of 10, they're typically under the same roof.
But see, it don't have to be that way.
It
You can
don't, but
you can
nine
always
times out
have
of
your.
10.
But see, when you said nine, so it's 1 time out of 10. Once again, we
Mm-hmm.
can formulate stuff the way we choose to formulate it. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? We choose to commit or not commit a relationship that we choose to commit to. But if we rush in being and not ready and choose something for us not ready, we sacrifice ourselves by lowering our standards and committing to something that's not truly for us because of whatever it may be. But when you truly know what you truly want, you're not gonna sacrifice yourself like that. You're gonna
Right.
wait and you're gonna understand. And then on top of that, you're not gonna have to confine or cut yourself off or stop being who you are if you really with the person you're supposed to be with. There's no
That is
sacrifice in
true.
that. You don't
Ain't no
have to be that.
sacrifice.
No, you don't
Let
have to
me say
sacrifice
this real
yourself.
quick, because my laptop is dying and so is my phone. So
Oh, this
if
our
it cut
last
off,
10 minutes anyway. We wrapping up
yeah.
anyway. That's perfect timing.
All right,
Go ahead.
cool. But that was it. I just wanted to let y'all know that it was dying. My mother said it's not my ideal situation, but I'm open, just like poly or open relationships. Polyamory gives you freedom. Yes, ma'am.
And the teamwork of it too. 'Cause remember, it's
Yes.
about it's about a team. Fuck a dream.
It's a whole
So
village, pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah. Understanding what the significance of the relationship is. Is it survival mode or is it living mode? So you got to define why you're in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? What are you
Mm-hmm.
in? What part of the tree are you in? What part of the tree are you
Yep.
going to invest in? You're gonna do the
Yep.
root of the person, the trunk of the person, the leaf of the person, the branch of the person. It's up to
You gonna
you.
be grounded and be the root? Because that's what I need. I need somebody who's grounded.
Mm-hmm. So man, listen. Don't be afraid to tune in because we got plenty of smoke coming. So wrapping up, how to heal and move forward. What's the what's the 3 tips that you would give people on how to heal and move forward? What would your solution to that?
I would say in order to heal and move forward, you need to take time out for yourself. It's okay
Mm-hmm.
to be by yourself. It's okay to focus on yourself. It's okay to be selfish with yourself. That would
Mm-hmm.
be my first takeaway. I would seek groups that people who have gone through the same thing and see how they're healing. Try to get tips on certain things that they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
just take time to reflect. Know what you don't want going into your next situation. Build a relationship with yourself first before you build it with anybody else. Once you have healed, there is a lot of things that you just won't tolerate and won't deal with any longer from anybody. You will not dim your light down for anybody.
Right.
So those are my three.
Portia, don't be bashful, baby. Come on, what's your three? Oh, now we can't hear you.
Oh, we can't hear you.
Oh,
Can you hear
can't
you?
hear me
Okay, we
now.
can hear you now.
Okay, there
Yes.
you go.
Oh, now we can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
But she must be can
Kalasia.
hear us.
I'm here. Can y'all not hear me again?
Okay.
Okay, we
You
hear you
breaking
now.
up a little bit, but we hear you.
I was doing better outside, but it was getting cold.
Oh, cold must be nice. It's warm up here, baby. Short pants weather.
So what's your three takeaways, Kalasia?
From what?
How to
For
heal and
healing,
move
how to
forward.
heal and move forward.
Just pretty much what I was saying earlier. Um, just acknowledging the issues that you have and trying to work on them and healing yourself in just pretty much like self-acknowledgement, I guess you would say.
And I would say
And
take
once you acknowledge what
responsibility
issues
too.
that you have with yourself, then you'll be able to move
Mm-hmm.
forward. But if you don't, then you're just
Mm-hmm.
going to constantly be blaming other people.
Yeah, that's why I say take responsibility and hold yourself accountable for not seeing those red flags, not seeing those signs, staying longer than you should have, being intrigued by something that's extremely toxic that you know is not good for you, just for potential. You know,
So that's so lovely. And with me, how to heal was I stopped playing the victim and owned my shit. That's what I
yeah,
did. I stopped pointing the finger and I looked inside me and I understood that I had to take responsibility for what I was doing to transform. That's what
yes,
I
sir.
did. Like stop playing the victim, stop pointing the fingers, stop talking about mama issue, whatever.
Right.
Own your shit, man. Own
Because
your
your
shit when you
parents did
do.
what they thought they were supposed to do, and now that you old enough, you do what you gotta do. Can't point
Right.
the fingers no more.
Facts. Facts. So in closing, man, like I love y'all energy. I appreciate y'all vulnerability. Thank y'all, the audience, for being flexible with us and coming
Thank
back.
you, audience. We love
Um,
you.
yeah, so stay tuned. We're gonna give
Namaste.
y'all a solid day when we're gonna come in and do this thing. So what we're gonna say is
Yes.
namaste and stay that love, stay that light, and everything you need is inside you. Love yourself unconditionally and transform the inside out.
Ashe.
Show people how to treat you, man. You understand?
Yes.
Any last comment, any last statement for y'all get out of it? Any burning desires,
Your
anything the
words
ancestors
are
saying to y'all?
power. Your words
Mm.
are power. Anything you want in life, you manifest it. It'll come to you if you wholeheartedly believe it, but your words have power. If you think negative, negative comes to you. If you think positive, positive will come to you. So get in that mindset where, oh man, I'm broke. No, baby, you not broke. You got it. It just ain't in your hand right now, but you got it. It's coming to you. You got to change the way you think. Once you change the way you think, the sky is not even the limit.
Mm-hmm. 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 Portia,
I
any
agree with
last words?
everything both of y'all. I agree with everything y'all both said, and that's kind of one of the hardest things to do is change your way of thinking and change the words that you use because you're pretty much cursing yourself, like you said earlier. So I'm just gonna
Right.
agree with both of y'all, and y'all are absolutely right.
You got to reprogram yourself, guys. It's hard sometimes, but trust me, the best things in life are typically hard, but they're definitely worth it. But I love y'all. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Goddess Polasia. Thank you, Namaste Thug.
Thank
Thank you, Goddess
y'all.
Adasia. I know you can hear us somewhere while you're doing hair. And we'll be back
Mm-hmm.
again.
And what we're gonna say is love, light, abundance, and prosperity. Until next time, peace.
Yay.
Stay true to yourself. One.